Hi, my name's Kolby. I went to Arizona State University. I got my undergraduate degree, a BA in secondary education, to be a school teacher, a master's in educational technology, so essentially distance learning, what we're doing here, all of these interactions, and then a law degree. Why did I go to ASU for 3 degrees? Well, because of my academics and extracurricular activities, I was able to go essentially for free on tuition waivers for all 3 of those degrees. And I knew I wanted to practice in the Phoenix area, so it made a lot of sense to me to do that. I've worked as a big firm civil litigator for 10 plus years. I have now been working as a criminal defense attorney. I've also been an entrepreneurial startup person with 4 or 5 different startups that I've exited. And I'm a world traveler and a Peace Corps volunteer. I've been to about 50 countries. I see the value in travel as well as academics, as well as sports. I'm a 2-time Ironman, several-time marathon runner, and actually went to ASU on an athletic scholarship for undergraduate. So after I graduated from law school, I took a big firm job, which was good for a while. I did that for about 5 or 6 years. And from there, I went into a sort of softer litigation with a mix with entrepreneurship. So I started a clothing company, a clothing sports apparel company. I started a couple of e-companies. I currently have started the nonprofit After Dinner Conversation, a literary magazine. And now I split my time between volunteer work, helping students, and working as a criminal defense attorney, which I've been doing for quite a few years now. I have the whole gambit, from entrepreneurship to civil litigation, to big firm law, to solo practitioner, to criminal law. I've done a little bit of all of it in the last 15 or 20 years. So when I was in law school, I was in Moot court, and I went all the way to New York City actually with that to compete in the national competition. I also had the highest pro bono distinction in undergrad and my master's. I did a lot of student leadership stuff from student government at Arizona State, both for the student government, but then also residence hall government. I started a closed circuit television station. I ran a comedy show. I definitely understand the value and diversity that extracurricular activities bring to making a more well-rounded, more whole person. So the key to success in law school, in my opinion, is work, right? The old saying, work works. It's absolutely true, and that is equally true of law school. There will be people in your law school class who come from a family of 3rd and 4th generation lawyers. They grew up talking law around the dinner table. They know many of the terms going into it. I did not. I had never had a legal background prior to going into it. So I found that the differentiator between me and others was the amount of work I was willing to do. And that means, I'll give you an example. So before law school started, I read all of the books ahead of time, all of them. So when I went into law school on the first day, I didn't understand all of it, but I had heard all of it. Now you might think that's absurd. You're going to read all of these books just on your own over the summer ahead of time? And the answer is yes, because law school is a huge financial decision. It's a huge time commitment. The fact of the matter is there are no shortcuts in law school. It is work, but it's worth it. What sets me apart in my consulting is I have a background in education, distance learning and educational technology, and law. I'm uniquely situated in that I'm able to help you figure this out. Like, I don't just know it, but I can also convey it. And that's a really important skill and something that I really do think matters, right? At the end of the day, your goal is not to have the best tutor possible with the highest LSAC. Your goal is to get into the school of your choice to build the life of your choice. And the way you do that is by working with someone who can coach you and get you from A to B to C to D. And that's education, right? That's working, that's tutoring, that's seeing you as a whole person. So my biggest strength as a coach and a consultant, without a doubt, is that I'm interested in the whole person. I was on many various committees in law school, one of which was doing reviews of students. When I was at a law firm, I was doing their on-campus recruiting. And I can tell you that grades get you in the door. LSAT scores get you in the door. You as a person get yourself accepted, either by a law firm or by a law school. I'm able to talk to you about what makes you unique, right? The one thing that you bring to an application that nobody else brings to an application is your story. I literally work on a literary magazine of short stories as a nonprofit, as a side project. And I can tell you that the story sells the student. And so what I'm going to want to do with you is learn what it is that makes your case unique. And how do we craft that into a focused personal essay and a focused application that allows the thing that makes you special to come through. So I've got 10 plus years of teaching experience. I've got 10 plus years of legal experience, another 5 to 10 years of entrepreneurship experience. There's a little overlap there. And the thing that I most enjoy, and you'll hear this from parents as well, is seeing the people that you help excel. It's paramount in parents, it's paramount in teachers, it's the forefront of me. So the thing that makes me passionate about this is seeing you get the things that you want, seeing your dreams come true, right? You're taking a huge step forward by applying to law school, by taking the LSAC, by putting yourself out there. And I'm excited for you to do that. And I'm excited to help you do that well and give you the best chance possible to get into the law school of your choice, but ultimately to go from law school to life to have the best life of your choice.